me, Hattie, and I am back with the Rags to Riches challenge with Vito Rona part 5. So this is going to be the little brief renovation inside the house, and what I was doing is I was dragging out the home. I was making sure that we had a little bit more room, and for some reason as well, I left the path off. It was really, really odd, but I think I only did it probably through the episode. So I actually video these parts after the episode, which is really, really strange. I'll probably end up doing it before in future. I don't know. In fact, no, that wouldn't make any sense. It's got to be after. So this was when I was doing the outside of his home. I wanted it to look really good, and that's what I was doing here. I was trying to stick with the paneling, but honestly, I think the house is going to get so big that I'm going to have to split it up a bit and maybe put some stone there as well, because a house with just paneling just doesn't look very good. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. What I was also doing is I was putting the roofing on. I went with the straw, but I actually changed it to this beautiful, beautiful red pink roof. It's really, really lovely. And it also matches the neighbours opposite. So Dahlia, the Roses family, they're going to be matching. So that'll be really cute. And that's what I was thinking as well. The house itself looks a lot better from the front, and I thought I probably need to drag it out a little bit because it was looking really, really bad. I honestly can't wait till it gets to the point where we have thousands and thousands of simoleons to play around with, because this house is just going to keep expanding and expanding, and I'm really, really looking forward to the day where I can honestly say that this house has 2 floors, because that will be amazing. What I was doing though is I was just readjusting the roofing. I mean, this went on for quite a while. I wanted to make sure they look really good, and I focus a lot on the exterior of the house, and that's because I feel personally like it's a lot more enjoyable when I know that he's in a good environment. I would feel really, I don't know, not bad, but as in I just wouldn't enjoy it if he was just in a box and there was just nothing to it. I just love seeing the scenery and things, and that's what gameplay is all about for me. So I really enjoy doing that, and I know that it's not necessary to put houses with ivy all around them and stuff, but it just makes me feel a lot better. And it also makes me want to do more parts of this, because I know that it's a progression thing and I really enjoy that. What I also decided to do was, because he does have a lot of guests around, like Don Lothario and also Dahlia, then I thought I would put in a little television and maybe start with a lounge area. That's what I did say in the last part as well. I really wanted to do something there because the kitchen was a really, really bad place and they were all gathering there and it just looked really, really bad. But I think in other parts I will split the area up and we are going to jump in with the episode. But it is the morning and Vito has already earned a little bit of money. He earned 290 simoleons. I think I just sold some sage bushes, some of these things before we started, because I don't see any point in keeping them. And that's because I want to focus on tulips, because I think that's the best thing we can get. As of now, of course, if there's anything a little bit better than this, then please let me know, because I can try my best to try and do stuff. But I am also evolving things. That is something that I really have been focusing on. So any given opportunity that we can evolve something, I've been trying to do it with him, because that's really important as well. And he's hopefully going to get maybe a couple more thousand simoleons in this part, which will of course mean that I will be able to do a lot more with his house, because it's looking pretty empty at this point. But he does have a television now, which is really, really cool, and that just means that he can do hopefully a lot of things with that. I might actually move the stereo inside. I don't know. I don't think it does anything out there. I'm not sure. The gardener's also got to work, so that will be an extra pair of hands, which is fantastic. I think while the gardener's doing that, I want Vito to try his best at, of course, just making sure that everything's done around here. Hopefully, when we've done all that, I think that what I will do is, I think there's some more plants that could probably go in this part over here. I'd also really like a fence around this area, so we are going to do that. Oh, I completely forgot in this speed build. Okay, so what I forgot to do was I forgot to move the path. Can you believe it? It looks awful. All right, so what I'm going to do instead then is I'm going to give him a little path. So maybe this one. Does that go with the home? Not really. It doesn't really go with anything, to be honest. All right, maybe something like this. Yeah, just maybe like a nice path, just to make sure that it looks like really neat and stuff. I'm going to do that with it. And that will just mean that it does look a little bit neater, and also it just looks a little bit more sculpted. It looks like he's actually taken some time to do some pavement work or something. So that's what I'm going to leave in at the moment. Of course, that is going to have plants around it at some point, and I'm hoping that that should look really interesting when it does. I just feel like this is going to be such a weight off his shoulders just having the gardener here. So, his name's Ethan Vaughan Bundy. That's such a friendly name. All right, so we're going to sell these carrots. And yeah, we're already at 1,000 simoleons, or nearly there anyway. Tulips are nice quality. That's pretty good as well. And these are just normal, so we're going to get rid of those. And in fact, we're going to put them over here. And also going to get rid of the sage bushes because they don't really give a lot to us. They're not really worth much. And whilst we are disposing these plants, I'm going to get him to start planting more tulips because they're something that we really, really want to focus on. And also, those other tulips are almost going to die on us, which is so sad. Today's mail's arrived. Oh my gosh, pay bills. That's really expensive as well. All right, we're going to pay the bills though in a little bit. I think up until then, what he's going to do though is going to make sure that all the tulips have been taken, all the ones that we need out, and then he's going to plant these ones here. There's no point getting rid of the tulips, especially when they are the best flowers that we can get at the moment. So he's going to do that. I really want to plant them though. It's not really letting me. Why isn't it letting me plant them? I have no idea. Oh my gosh, why isn't it letting me? It wants me to keep selling them, but I don't want to sell them. I actually want to just plant them. So we're going to do it individually, and I am going to put them all in lines. I think that lines are the best way to have things, and it just means that it's going to be easier to view it as well. They're really small compared to the others. That's so strange. Why are they tiny? Oh my gosh, that's so weird. I think having two people here, meaning that Vito's never really going to stop the gardening work until it really does get to the point where it can run by itself and we can earn quite a lot of money out of it. I think that it's just going to be really, really handy when that happens. But I think even up till that point, I think that even if he does a little bit of gardening a day, then I'm really happy with that. I'm actually really, really happy with him doing that. So that's what he's going to do. And I think that having the plants in this line as well, yeah, I'm happy with it. It's looking good. I'm going to fast forward time a little bit because there's nothing really interesting going on at the moment. It's just planting. And it's the same with over here. So I'm going to plant some more of these tulips down there. I don't want to plant too many, so I'm probably just going to fill up these lines and maybe extend it a tiny, tiny fraction, and then I'm going to stop doing it because lots of tulips have been planted today, or at least lots of tulips are going to be planted today. All right, he's stopped planting the tulips as well, which is really strange. So I think what he's probably going to do, okay, he's got to get his foot up, so he's watching television. And whilst he's doing that, then I'm just going to put these out ready for him to do it. All right, so I want him to actually do his needs first because that's really important. So he's going to probably go for a shower. I want him to get a toilet. So I am actually going to get a toilet in this part. And it's a little bit odd to do it in this part rather than in the speed build, but I actually think it's just a better idea to just replace that plant because even if we can just have it outside for a decoration, it's just going to look so much better like that. That'll be 230 million. That actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I'm actually quite happy with that. But he didn't even do all these plants, which is really, really irritating. So Vito has now got to do lots and lots of gardening work. And I think other than that, I want him to plant these tulips. And in fact, no, I want him to get rid of them. He's just done that. All right, so now I just want him to probably sell up what he has to sell. And I can't believe he's almost at, well, he's not almost at 50,000 simoleons yet. He's at 21,000, which is really, really good. I wasn't actually expecting him to get there. I'm also going to move the post box. I really wish that I could delete it, but I don't think that I can. Oh my gosh, I can delete it. Does that mean we don't have any bills? I don't know if that means we don't have any bills. I'm going to put it back. It's probably just safe to put it back, even though I really do want to delete it. I have no idea if it deletes the bills with it. That would be incredible if it did, but I'm not sure. So at the moment, what I think he's going to do is he's probably going to get his needs up. So I am just going to do that. He's been sleeping for quite a long time. I think I'm going to put him back to sleep. Raw, it's bear night at the bar, want to hang out. Not tonight, Don. I'm sorry. We will invite Don round, we will. And I think it will be lovely when we do have a proper seating room over here with a rug. I think it'll look really cute. So I'm hoping we'll get that soon. And what I also want to do is I want him to go back out, dispose of these dead plants, and then probably have a shower. So take a shower, fertilize. I think this is my opportunity though. I think it's my opportunity to move this plant out the front because I think it's going to look better like that. All right, so we're going to do that. And also, I'm going to put him with a toilet here. But the plant doesn't break. That's the only thing. Raw toilet. Let's see. These are fine. These are just a little bit more expensive. All right, so they're all bladder 10, I think. Oh, it doesn't really matter. All right, so we can just get a really cheap one. So we're going to get a cheap one there. And that's hopefully going to solve a lot of problems that he has. I think it's going to feel a lot better as well that he is actually going to have a proper toilet to use, because I think that might have been what has been making him feel a little bit uncomfortable. And now he's gone to the toilet, I think he's got to have something to eat. So we're going to do that. He's going to repair this himself. And is it just better to just repair it though? Just replace it? I don't know. But he's acquired a handiness skill, and he's going to need it as well, because things are going to break. Everything breaks in The Sims 4 for some reason. I wish there was a way that we could turn it down a little bit, because it's just not accurate for a fridge to break this much, or just everything to break this much. But he's going to do that. And I think when he's done that as well, I don't think there's a bad environment around him. I don't think there is. Maybe it's just that he's standing over, so we'll probably just get rid of that as well and mop that up. It's just easier to do it. And then I think when he's done that, I think that he'll eat his food, and I think I'm going to get him back outside. And, oh, the gardener's here. That's pretty good, though. But then I do want him to start planting these tulips, because he needs to do it. So he's inside the house, and he's just eating his food. Okay, we need to pay the bills. Where are the bills gone? Okay, the bills are over here. Pay bills of 336 simoleons. It's not actually that much. I don't think that is going to be a real problem. So he's done that. The bills went up, didn't they? Oh my gosh, they went up because I didn't pay them. That's really bad. But it's so accurate. All right, so now he's done all that stuff. I don't think that he needs socialness in his life. So he's going to evolve these plants. I also want to get him back outside. He always feels tense. And I think that it's really, really important that he does evolve all these plants now, so they're all increasing in quality. I mean, it was just at that point that I couldn't have done it any quicker. I can't function that quickly. The plants themselves, though, do take a lot of work to maintain, but I think it's definitely going to be worth it. I also want him to plant these, so he's not going to go and speak to Yuji, even though Yuji has come to his door, which is really cool, actually. I'd like to think that Yuji would like to be friends with him. And maybe at the moment he doesn't actually see Vito as somebody that his daughter will be interested in. But maybe in the future, when he starts to see the plot of land developing and everything starts to become better, and Vito's hygiene starts to become a little bit cleaner and stuff, I don't know, maybe he will. Why don't you join the Paragons? I don't think the Paragons is the right move for him. I want him to probably talk to Dahlia, though. I think that because she's here and because he's feeling energized, which is pretty cool, his social's going down as well. I think that would be really interesting if he did. And in the meantime, oh my gosh, he's found a common upgrade part. What does that mean? I want him to place it in the world. It's not really worth a lot, so I think I'm probably just going to put it inside the house and just have it there as some sort of strange decoration. All right, so he's feeling sad, so I'm going to stop him planting. I think that's probably the best idea at the moment. And then he's going to come back to it and dispose of all these dead plants. I wonder if there's anything else I can do. Can I actually just delete them on this mode? Oh my gosh, I can just delete them on this mode. This is so much quicker. All right, so I'm going to delete them. Yeah, that's going to save a lot less time. I'm so incredibly happy that I found that life hack. All right, so we've done that now. And what I am going to do is I'm probably going to put these in a line, and he's going to go back to Dahlia over here and they are going to speak. So she's feeling bored, he's feeling sad. Sort of perfect that she's round here. So he's going to be friendly with her. That's pretty cute. And she's a nice person anyway, so I definitely think she'll help him. It's really nice that they do live so incredibly close to each other. I just love that idea so much. So he is going to gossip about the neighbours. Would he do that? Probably. All right. And I'd also like him to tell her a joke, because I think that if he did, it would make him feel so much better about himself as well. I just think that telling jokes and just being happy and funny just gets you out of tense, bored or sad moods. So I think he's going to do that. I don't want him to complain about his problems, because that is just going to influence his bad mood. She's now feeling happy, and I think that's probably because of the joke he told her. That's so cute, though. He can actually cheer her up. I love that. And I want him to also tell her a funny story. And he's probably going to go in the house with her at the moment. I think he's going to take a break for a little bit. And his plants are looking amazing at this point. I'm actually really happy with how this is going. I also want to sort this egg scenario out. It looks really odd, so I'm going to get a proper table for those probably in the next part. And I wish I could throw these away. Oh, I can just put them in the bin. Oh, that's so much easier. All right, let's see if we've got any more. Have we got any more? I don't think we have. So at the moment, they are just talking in the kitchen, and I think that I'd really like him to maybe flirt. Is he at that point yet where he can flirt with her? Probably not yet, and maybe she wouldn't see him as a contender yet. I'm not sure. Maybe they'd just be friendly. I think her father would be furious if he realised where she was at the moment. But we're going to do that probably in a little bit because I'd love to see her father fuming. She's just busy staring at his frog because that's the only entertaining thing in his house at the moment, which is so sad. Other than the TV, actually, I'd love him to get some proper decorations in here though. And I think that his environment isn't actually that bad. He's feeling happy from a decorative environment, so that's always good. He's going to carry on cooking his meal though. I want him to cook a meal for both of them. I think he has. Oh no, he's only just cooked a meal for himself. That's so selfish, especially if you have a guest around. That's horrible. Well, I think she'd probably like to sit down, but there's nowhere for her actually to sit. So he's probably just going to do some small talk things. Not complain about local youths. What even is that? Discuss neighbourhood changes. Well, she is a neighbour, and I think that Vito is one of these people that would like to see the neighbourhood progress into a really wonderful social community, especially as social is something that he doesn't really have a lot. I don't know if you can say it in that sort of context. I'm not sure. They're just sitting down together. I think that he's probably going to drop a flirtatious line in as well. I'd love him to. Maybe he can just compliment her appearance. So he's going to do that and see how that goes. I don't think that she's feeling like he is probably up to it yet. I think that she probably feels like he needs his hygiene up and he needs to get his act together before they can even think about that sort of stuff. Maybe just stick to the jokes then, so he could tell her a story, tell her a funny story, and then he needs to go to the toilet, and then I really, really want him to plant the rest of these tulips because the other tulips have started to grow, and that's really, really important for them to grow nicely as well. I wish we could delete it. I'm going to try and delete that on build mode. Object can't deleted. Pile of salvaged trash. That's absolutely disgusting. All right, well, I'm going to keep it over there because I think if anything's dirty over that side, it's going to look really horrid. All right, they're not getting on very well. Maybe she'll just go home for a bit then. And maybe we'll pick it up at some other point because they're acquaintances. They're not friends just yet. But I'd really like Vito to be able to invite her out. But I don't think that he'd feel up to it yet either. Because I think that he would feel as if he needs to get his house sorted, his act together before he can even go on a proper date. Because he needs to look after number one first, which is himself. So he's going to go to the toilet and then I think I'm going to get him back outside and he's going to finish off planting the rest of them. I then want him to tend the garden. So he's going to do all that and that should really, really be something that will earn him a lot of money, I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. What is that? Sliced garden shoot. What is it? That's really odd. What do we do with that? Oh, I think it's for grafting. I think it means when you evolve a plant or something. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But we can't do much with it. In fact, we can't even move it from our inventory, so it can't be that important. Or maybe it's really important. I don't know. We're going to fast forward time though, now that Dahlia has gone home and she's gone back to her house. And I think that she has to be back pretty early as well. So now it's 10 p.m. All right, his energy is going down, but it's very important that he does this. So I think that when he has, oh, is he feeling comfortable as well? No, he's just got low fun. All right, well, when these plants have all been planted, I'm going to just throw these away. Just dump them. And then I'm going to harvest the garden and hopefully do that. And that will mean that the gardener won't actually have that much work to do tomorrow. I really, really want him to harvest all of them. And if any need evolving, oh my gosh, no, they need evolving. All right, evolve them first before you do anything. And it's all going to increase in quality. But at the moment, he's probably going to go back in. Why is he doing outside his house? That's really odd. Probably go back and watch cooking channel. That would actually help him probably. Cook some nice meals. So he's going to do that and that will bring his fun up a little bit. And then I'm going to get him off to sleep. And then I think with the new money that we get, from just various plants. I think that the best thing to do with it is probably just put it straight back into buying him a new bed and things like that, because I think that that will really, really help him. I don't know why that decorative egg's doing that. Has it been flashing all along? Honestly can't decide. I have no idea. All right, so we're going to sell the rest of the decorative eggs. And now we've done that, he's up bright and early. Gardening service Vaughan has arrived. And I want Vaughan to probably just do all these plants. Now, I don't know where the seeds will go from Vaughan. Do they go straight to our inventory? I really hope that they do. I would hate for the seeds to just disappear if Vaughan just keeps watering them. I would hate that. I really hope that that doesn't happen. Vito is going to tend the whole garden with him. I think I'm going to stop Vito harvesting, and I'm going to check whether the gardener is doing anything that's adding to our inventory. So while that's happening, I'm going to get Vito to have a shower. And I'm also going to get him on the toilet. Now what we've got is we've got an inventory, and I'm going to watch the gardener very carefully because we might have a bad one. I don't think the gardener's actually harvesting anything. I think he's just watering, which is fine. The plants definitely need to be watered, but they also need to be harvested. And that's a really, really important thing about gardening. It doesn't matter though if the gardener is just watering them, because even if he is, it does take a large amount of work off of Vito. So it means that Vito can focus more on himself, less on other things. Dahlia's here again, but I think Vito's gonna just be busy for a second. He needs to do his food and stuff. Oh, but he needs social in his life. All right, so he's gonna speak to her then. And probably friendly, ask about day. I think a good thing for him to do is discuss his interests, because they have similar things in common. She's very neat. Oh, of course, because that will be why she feels extremely uncomfortable around him, because he's not very neat at the moment. I don't think we have any family to boast about. Oh, the father is right behind us. This is a little bit awkward. All right, so Dahlia's going to come on into the house, and in fact, Vito is rudely going to ignore the father. I think the father is just giving him evils at the moment. He always looks really, really evil. Just look at that face. He just looks really, really evil. So we're gonna get that drum out of our lives. Is that a clown? That's not a clown. All right, so let's go back in. And Dahlia's inside. I think that they'll probably just watch TV together. So that would be really nice actually if they did. Oh, the father's feeling really sad. Probably just because he doesn't have any friends, or probably because he feels like he's drifting from his daughter. Oh, that's so sad though. All right, well, they're going to eat together, or Vito's going to eat and Dahlia's going to sit next to him whilst he eats and watch Lost Dog's Journey with Dahlia. Yeah, okay, so he's going to do that, and that will get his fun up. And it's really nice that they can bond in here together, and I'd love them to be friends because she is around here a lot. She is making an effort with him, but I just don't think that she wants to move too quickly, so that's probably why she brushed us off last time when he did a romantic interaction. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this part here, and I will see you all in part 6. So I really hope that you enjoyed this part. And next part, we are going to be correcting the garden, and I think that in the next couple of parts, I'd love these two to go on a date. We're going to see what happens, and I will speak to you all soon.